Hey, welcome back on this rainy day. And we'll see what happens today as we are approaching the apocalypse. Hopefully not. Hopefully with a happy ending. Melly and Archie. Good morning, innkeeper. Good morning. How's your research going? Well, we did a lot of it. That sounds good. Yes. I can smell a breakthrough right around the corner. Not? Are you writing that down, Archie? What? No, of course not. No notes are being taken here. None. Archie, I told you already. I might be the bestest detective in Fesoa, and this might be the meeting of a lifetime. But the investigation has to come first. How are you going to have time to write a book about my detective career if the world ends in a few days? I mean, it won't, obviously. Because our friends are super strong and awesome, and we're super smart and awesome. But we should still focus on backing them up. I'm sorry. Seems I can't help but gather material, even now. You're a very impressive detective and... I fear what will happen if I stop thinking about my books. Is this what I think it is, Detective Melina? I'm afraid it is. Excuse me? It's a severe case of nerves. Quick, innkeeper, we need a remedy. Only a most revitalizing drink will do. Does the patient agree with the prescription? Really, it's not that serious. Maybe it is. Thank you. Perhaps a cure that will boost my toughness is just what I need. On it, patient 0. Let's go. Oh, Andu is not afraid anymore. That's good. Our most important partner. The others I don't care about, but Andu has to be fine, right? Look at him. So cute. There you go. May this drink not be one of your tougher challenges. Ah, this is excellent. I could write a novella about the superb taste alone. I really appreciate your effort to cheer me up. I suppose I've been worrying more than I realized. How can I repay... Repay, Rishmay, you shouldn't just bear your worries silently. I would accept an update on your research as compensation. Oh, certainly, we are happy to oblige. I thought my knowledge of tales and myths could serve as well in identifying another weapon to slay evil. So I questioned as many scholars and turned as many pages as I could. That sounds exciting. It might have been, if I had managed to find even a hint of anything useful. Excalibur is nothing but a legend. Excalibur? Excalibur? The Lance of Lovingness might be real, but it proved impossible to trace its location. And don't even get me started on the history of the sword Balmor. Balmung? My research ended in total failure. Don't say that. We wouldn't know that there aren't any other weapons if you hadn't looked. It just means we have to move our research focus to something else now. Like my investigation. Oh? Like I mentioned the other day, I really wanted to look into who this weird bad guy really is. I know it. With a plan like his, he can't just be some random nobody. Some random NPC. His plan does have a certain... what? Je ne sais quoi? I don't know, I don't speak French. Yeah, that's what I said. Je ne sais quoi? It's just so mustache-twirlingly malicious. I bet he has a mustache. Now. Does he? Wait, I forgot. I think he does, actually. You're right, Melly. In any case, he must have left some traces that we can follow. And if we can figure out his real identity, we'll know his mortal weakness. Like an old wound, like a lover. Like a lover? Exactly! Once we know their identity, we can find them and wait, no! I don't condone kidnapping. Maybe you could just tell them about all the evil stuff this guy's doing and they could give him a really long lecture. I don't think that will work. Okay, maybe that isn't the best idea. Still, Callan always says the more you know about your opponent, the easier the victory. But this guy is like a ghost. No one had seen hide nor hair of him before all of this started. And here I thought armor like that would have made him super recognizable, with the flowers and all. I did look up what some of them mean, the ones Clay was able to identify. They're petunias and marigolds, which symbolize resentment, anger, grief, and mourning. So that told me absolutely nothing. Besides that he's a bad guy with some big feelings about the world, Innkeeper? Don't you want to tell her something? And then I got an idea. What about other well-known necromancers? Maybe we have a repeat offender on our hands. No one really seemed to fit, though. I was really close to ripping my fur out. But then I remembered all that stuff about the sigils. There actually was a necromancer that died when the portals opened. So I dug that file out of my pile and yes! If the creation of the portals broke a sigil, then it can't just be a coincidence. Therefore, this necromancer from back then must have faked their death and rebranded themselves as the mustache-twirling, green-armored bad guy that we are facing now. Maybe. Shouldn't you be doing the pointing thing now? I'm just not feeling it, Innkeeper. I know it doesn't add up, okay? I'm sorry, Archie. This isn't the revelation of the truth that it should be. When you write your book, the detective should definitely be pointing at something. Pointing! Yes, I'll write it down. Good. Oh, Melly! No! Language, Melly! I can't believe we couldn't find anything. Archie's surprised as well. Who taught you that word, Melly? Dave? Wouldn't you like to know? I sure would. Oh well. What are you planning on doing now? We need a new perspective. Maybe there's something we haven't considered yet. And that's why we brought some of our research material with us. Wouldn't library be better for this? Well, maybe, but there would be enough space to set up the conspiracy board. We brought the board here. Yep. Thanks for letting us set up here. Okay, I'll be in the back. Bye! What? You didn't even ask. I hope it's okay for us to take some of your space. It's fine, Archie. You can go ahead. Much appreciated, Innkeeper. Well, they just do what they want. Ooh, Una. Well, don't you look chipper. It's good to see you too, Una. You can spare me the pleasantries. Long day? I was just never really into all this research mumbo-jumbo. I was surprised when I heard you volunteered for the research group. Pah! Your info-gathering game is getting weak, Innkeep. I just chose the activity that's the least hassle. Too much exercise isn't good for the retirement spirit. I knew it. But I don't need to tell you that, do I? Before you get another word out of me, though, I need something to get my energy back. That whole frantic research atmosphere really tired me out. Something to bring your strength back. Got it. Strength. Don't you worry. The Southern Brawler is what you need. Yep. There you go. Here, for all that heavy-duty crotcheting you're doing. I feel like I could crotchet gloves for an entire army with this. You got some more adventures stashed away in those back rooms of yours? Just some more frantic researchers, I'm afraid. So what else have you been up to? Just making sure Grace and Scully don't work themselves into an early grave for the most part. Any news on that front? Are you in a mood to be underwhelmed? Listening to what my patrons want to share, whether good or bad, is a key part of my job. Spoken like a good little innkeep. As for the research, not many surprises there, to be honest. The damage that breaking the surface did is pretty much irreversible. Irreversible. Oh god. As expected. The teleportation spell Grace is looking into is also not getting any less dangerous. Even with all the modifications she's making, there's still a good chance of it backfiring. And by good chance, I mean like 70%. What kind of backfiring are we talking about? Like, killing you? Like, killing you instantly. Exactly. Oh. How are Scully and Grace feeling about everything? They're taking it in stride. Or they're just too stubborn to give up. I'm not sure. That sounds like them. What about you? Me? All of this must be pretty disheartening. I mean, not really. These kinds of doomsday scenarios just lose their impact after a while in this business. I've lived my life, I've made my choices. Now I'm just doing what I want either way. It's the end of the days. If the end of the days comes knocking and I'm on my porch, crotching and drinking, I'll have no regrets. But you're not on your porch? You're here, looking after the people trying to avert the doomsday scenario. Aha, gotcha. Can't believe I had to hear that from you. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I could offer you another drink to wash it down. No, thanks. Unfortunately, you've got a point. I guess I got swept up in all this a little. Sure is weird. What is? Caring? Oh, I knew what you were going to say. I'm good. I know my patrons. Not like I need to elaborate, preaching to the choir and all that. I don't know what you're talking about. Heh, sure, whatever. Let me just ask you this. As you are, will you have no regrets when all of this is over? You couldn't just let me have the last word, huh? No way in I'll leave you to contemplate that, I guess. I'm Elinachi here. In the back? I go see if the young'uns need some company. Have fun? I guess? Nighttime? I haven't seen Dave in a long time. Baya! And Baya as well. Greetings, I mean, good mythical afternoon, adventurers. You're all a little bit depressed. Good afternoon, Gatekeeper. Does this afternoon seem mythical to you? It seems wet. Sorry about that. We didn't have much time to dry off before coming here. The floorboards should be able to endure it. Just this once. It's okay if you want to leave now, Baya. We all made it back safe. Okay. She's going? Please keep the blankets. I could make some soup. We should be good for now. Thanks, Baya. Where are you headed, Baya? The swamp. I want to talk to my friends. I see. Goodbye. Let the tree know if you need any more help. I will come. Oh, how nice. Stay safe, Baya. I see from the expressions it didn't really turn out great. Spit it out already. You've been chewing on this ever since we escaped from that mountain. It's just... I feel better, right? So... that doesn't sound too good. Isn't that pretty obvious? Right. More importantly, have the others come back yet and keep? They haven't. It's a waiting game then. Great! My favorite. Alright, Enkeep. This is where you come in with your drink. I'm going to explode if we keep brooding like this. We're not that rogue fellow. And which of my drinks would be of aid? Not sure what could help soften the outcome of our quest, but maybe protection from disappointment that might do. Certainly. Oh no. Did I give them the wrong potion? Is there a wrong potion? I don't know. Hopefully not. Well, we still have hope for the others. I mean, Callan still has a weapon, so the weapon is there, but I hope your disappointment will be just a distant memory after this drink. Oh, thanks. This takes the edge off. Didn't realize my shoulders was as tense this entire time. Can I offer you two a drink as well? I'm fine. For now. Come here, an innkeeper. I don't really want to think about it. But perhaps understanding where we failed wouldn't be a bad idea. I see what I can do. Alright, alright, alright. Brain, your brain. Brainiac. You need a sparkling nebula. Ooh. There you go. Oh, look at him. Andu is so cute. I know I said it many times already, but it's true. This might just be what you're looking for, understanding the meaning of everything. 42! What? Weird. I don't know where that came from. Well, the answer is always 42. But this is good. My synapses are firing at the speed of light. Here's my conclusion. We might be really, really effed up. Was it that bad? You don't even know the half of it. Wait, this can't just be it. This can't just be it, right? Grace and the others should have figured something else out by now. You probably already have some questions so far for plans C, D, and X. I'm sorry, Hex. Archie and Melly couldn't find any new leads. And Grace and Scully are still at it. But from what I've heard, they haven't found much either. That's, Come on, innkeeper, stop joking around. I don't think this is very funny. Neither do I. Then what are we even doing here? What? The innkeeper doesn't have any quests for us. Why are we wasting time here? We have noticed the world might be ending soon. We failed to create a world-saving weapon. And now we're here to what? Have a nice chat? Oi, you mighty close to overstepping there, wizard. Well, maybe someone needs to say it instead of just lazing around. Hex, sit your ass down. This is no time to lose your cool. We aren't just here to chat. Information about the group that went to the Twilight Chasm will reach this inn first. At this point, we need to know their fate. It would be foolish to go running around without a plan. So, are we cool? Calm down. I'm sorry. Not exactly a good look for a wizard to lose his head, is it? As long as you realize that yourself. While we wait for the others, I guess it's time for another story and keep. I'm looking forward to getting some context. Right. After our chat the other day, Kyle and I went to pick up Hex. We said goodbye to Kyle, he cried and left for Merrow Castle. Soon after, Karen and Baia picked us up. They just stepped out of a tree right next to us. Baia was pretty excited to take us to the Highlands. Apparently she's pen pals with the Yeti and she had never gotten the opportunity to visit. And then whoosh! Whoosh? Yeah. 1 minute we are surrounded by nice and lush woods and then the next, vast mountains. No. A lot snow. You guys suck at descriptions. Our journey to the Highlands was so fast it's barely noteworthy. It was impressive. I mean, sure, evocation is obviously the superior school of magic, But I suppose the feat of conjuration was pretty cool, even though nothing blew up. And then you had to keep babbling to Baya about it until we reached the village. Well... Grace would have killed me if I didn't ask for details. While the view was great, we were pretty disoriented. Even when we found the village Clay told us about, no one could point us towards the temple. Kara looked like she was getting ready to throw people around if they continued saying they couldn't help us. It was clear that no one there knew anything. Even though we still had no idea where to go, we left the village. That's when Baya let out this gut-wrenching scream. It sounded kind of like this. I don't really know what sound it is. Thanks. I really appreciate you replicating that scream. But why? Hey, you guys insisted I stay to tell the tale. Melly? Did someone die? Oh, hi, Linny. Good to see you, Melly. No one died. Hex just got a little too excited. Whoopsies! I see. Well, make sure not to scream like that anymore. Or no one will know when you really need a detective on the scene. After all, you don't want to be the next boy who cried detective. The next boy who cried wolf detective. Okay, I get it. I keep that in mind. I go back to the boat then. That was fast. What just happened? Ria's really thinking what just happened here. Sabaya let out a scream. We had no idea why she did, but before she could explain, we had some loud footsteps approaching. It was hard to see with the heavy wood snowfall, but a huge silhouette was making its way towards us. She almost tore into it as soon as it was close. But before we knew it, Baya rushed forward. Yeti? I almost attacked Baya's pen pal. You actually met the abominable Yeti? Really nice fellow. Oh, so pretty good with directions. They pointed us towards the temple. When they did, I noticed their well-crafted ring made of something like opal. Couldn't help but ask them about it. Turns out they got it from the temple. It really got the Yeti talking. We learned a bunch about the temple's jewelry making business. And about how anyone approaching the stronghold unannounced would be seen as an enemy. Which is a horrible way to run a business. The Yeti explained that only a select group of trusted people are allowed on the premises. They didn't want to help us get in though. Something about getting their jewelry buying rights revoked. But at least we need a way. And soon with that invisibility finally kicking in, we saw it before us. Lo and behold! The Temple of Awe, where the flame of Leviathan is kept. Sounds blasphemous. The trek up there was brutal. It was so much walking, I thought my feet were going to fall off. It wasn't so bad, really. The winding path looked nice with all that sparkling snow. That's easy for you to say. You just floated right over all that rubble. Guess we did get to the gate eventually. It was closed, of course. A gigantic wet slab of stone in weathered condition. There's one thing I know about this sort of thing. It's the gates like this one are super inconvenient. Good thing we didn't want to waltz in through the main gate anyways. Now, with the invisibility and effect from your drink still active, we started to check for any other points of entry. There was so much rubble. We forgot there must have been somewhere for us to slip through. There wasn't? Well, there wasn't. And I was already starting to feel this itch of the invisibility wearing off. We were running out of time. Come on, tell the innkeep what you decided we should do next. Blow it up? We might have tried to scale the temple walls. We made it close to the top. But then, the stone started to crumble right on our hands. Hex was the first to fall, but it didn't take long for us to follow. So it's good to fall with a wizard that can cast a spell to slow our descent, rather than break our necks. And here I thought you guys wanted a big group hug. If you want more group hugs, maybe cast that spell earlier than 5 feet before hitting the ground. Oh sure, I tried to practice spellcasting while falling at terminal velocity. More for next time. Well, we did manage it before we turned into a big puddle of adventurer soup. If only we had managed to land literally anywhere else. I didn't even know creatures that big lived out there. Me neither. Right next to us, where what we had thought was a snow-covered mountain, an eye as big as cow opened. It was the guardian of the temple. Slowly lifted its massive head, and we realized the mountain path we had been walking on earlier was no path, but the body of the Givre? The what? Givre? Snake body slowly unfurled from around the temple. While shaking the snow off itself, it revealed its pure white iridescent scales. Oh. For a few minutes, just stared us down. The gigantic opal embedded between its eyes shone with every color imaginable. What I wouldn't have given to work with an opal of such fine quality. It's good to hear you guys have a mythical moment there. But I for one was worried about the overgrown snake with wings. The Givre unfurled its wings from where they had been tucked against its body and rose into the air. An attack position. Struck with such speed we only avoided it thanks to Kale's quick reflexes when she pushed us into the snow. All I could think about was that I didn't want to fight it. When it was getting back into position for another strike, I screamed our intentions out. I couldn't imagine the dragon's guardian would be indifferent to our objective. I didn't seem to care much about it though. Or didn't he us? I didn't want to give up. We had to communicate with it in a way that it couldn't ignore. So we choreographed an expressionist dance. A what? No. Not really. But that would have been a lot of funnier. In any case, instead of trying to fight it, I told the others to get moving and get our message across. By writing it in large letters in the snow. Ever try to stomp out letters while a giant reptile is attacking you, innkeeper? Nope. Thankfully not. Heck of a core workout. I think I've developed muscles where no muscles should ever develop. You don't look it. Watch out, you might become the first wizard to complete a push-up. And did it work? The push-up? No, the writing in the snow thing. Wasn't sure at first. But when the attack stopped, I saw it looking intently at what we had written. Then it launched itself in our direction again, but instead of trying to attack us, it dove into the snow. The ground beneath us started shaking until all of us were suddenly lifted on top of its head. Thought we were ascending to Tuat's realm for a second, not gonna lie. But instead we were just lifted higher and higher into the air, towards the temple. Soon we could see a tower emerging from the temple grounds. The guardian must have understood us after all, so it worked? Because it was taking us to the only place I could have imagined the flame to be. Soon we were close enough for us to jump down from the guardian, and then I saw the altar. No flame? What did you see? Nothing? That's the thing. We saw nothing. Did he already... like, remove the flame? Nothing. No great flame of Leviathan. Just a devastated altar. And an empty basin where the flame should have rested. We were so foolish. The clues were already there when we were approaching the temple. All the rubble, the poor state of the building. The flame was extinguished during the flood long before we ever set foot in the highlands. Oh. I should have known that an eternal flame was too good to be true. It was all such a waste of time. Oh no. Don't be sad, guys. You can imagine our shock at what we saw, Innkeeper. The realization slowly began to settle in. There would be no way of forging that weapon. Nothing to wield against a necromancer. Uh-oh. Up there at the altar, everything was so quiet. The priests hadn't reached us yet. It was just the sound of the wind. And the crushing disappointment we were all feeling. The guardian didn't need to say a word. I understood it either way. Whatever emotion we were feeling, they couldn't compare to the grief in the guardian's eyes. Oh no. Now I'm sad. Eventually, we were joined by some of the priests who confirmed what we had already surmised. We lost the main object of worship on the day of the flood. At least our disappointment was somewhat softened by the warm meal the priests offered us. I think they felt bad for us. There's community and shared grief. They were pretty interested in that sort of yours as well. Considering everything we've learned in the last few days, the minor divinity of it feels hardly noteworthy. I cherish it nonetheless. Maybe I'm also just glad that it will remain a memento of my grandma. It was stupid to think I could try to rival her feats. But I didn't expect you to talk to those priests for so long. I'd never seen you so forthcoming before, Rhea. I ain't exactly every day you see that kind of smithing mastery on display. The jewelry those priests were decked out in was a wonder to behold. Straight dripping! No. Please don't. Hey, you don't complain when Iniko says it. Because he's weird. That level of craftsmanship is to be expected of us people, I guess. They were really generous as well. Practically forced those opals on you. And that blueprint. Blueprint? You're misunderstanding that won't care. That was for you. The sword blueprint that's been passed down since the conception of the temple. A form worthy of the dragon's mind, as I put it. Oh? A new quest? Then they wasted it. I know you won't hear it now, but if you feel different, I'd be an honor to forge it for you. We eventually got ready to head back. I was worried about the lack of trees around us, but Baya seemed unbothered. Oh yeah, Baya was there as well, I forgot. We headed out to the courtyard where slowly but surely she grew a whole tree. Its branches were stark white and covered in gleaming leaves. I asked her afterwards what kind of tree it was, but she just replied that it was the dream of the soil. The what? Don't know what that meant. Me neither. The priest looked very touched by its appearance, but we needed to be on our way, so into the tree we went. We stopped by Baya's and then headed over here. So that's that. Never had such a depressing walk back to the tavern. Ah, quit your yapping. You were going on and on about this all the way over here too. That's easy for you to say. After all, you got those gems, great for your stupid competition. Some of us were a bit put off by the quest failing. Why don't you just come out and say what your problem is? Oh, don't argue. My problem is that you're acting like everything is fine. What's happening? Uh-oh. Earthquake? What next? Volcano eruption? Did it stop? Seems like it. Is everyone okay? More or less. Yeah. What about Manny and the others? I go. Alright. Thanks, Rhea. I take my leave. We told our story. There's no other reason for me to stick around. I know this is a hard time for all of us, but I need to check on Grace. Goodbye, Hex. Now it's only you and me. It's getting late. There's always a room for you upstairs if you get tired, Lynn. It's fine. Keep you company. Things must be really dire if you're offering that. What do they say? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh? Dave! Whoa, 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 whoa! Welcome back. Doesn't look that good. Welcome back. Keep it. Okay, silence. That didn't work out. Oh. Where are the others? Voice outside with Luna. She's trying to calm him down. We didn't want to throw him in your... want him to throw up in your cabin. Do you have a panic attack? I hope Tia isn't giving him too hard of a time about it. Uh-oh. Is Tia okay? She isn't right? No. Where is she then? Uh-oh. Oh no! Gone. She's gone. She left? No, she's dead. Tia can't be dead. You're right. She's way too stubborn to die. Well, she did. I'm sorry, that's awful. Yeah, you don't have to tell us that. Is anyone else? No, we got away just in time. That's good, at least. What about Fable? Did you see them there? And a cousin, maybe? No, we didn't find them. No. Uh-oh. What? I found a bunch of broken arrows not too far from the portal. They were all engraved with pretty flowers. I think they were there and they just didn't come back. Oh no! It's getting too depressing here! Hope they're okay. Maybe with a drink they would have been okay. Oh no, 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 no! Don't do that, Clay! What do you mean? You didn't make them a drink and keep? We had a bit of a fight. So you willfully endangered them? Not really, I mean... If they're relying on a potion, then they're not really good, are they? I'd hoped it would stop them from going. Nothing could ever stop Fable from helping people, you idiot. I realize that now. You should thank the dragons and care more about my friend's eardrums than I care about yelling at you. I already regret it well enough, don't you worry. You better, if anything happened to them. Well, you don't have to worry for long, the apocalypse is coming by. They end up like Elathia. I know, me too. We shouldn't have left without her. Her body wasn't exactly cooperative. We couldn't have taken it with us if we tried. Don't call her that. What? And it? Clay? He's right, have some respect. I'm just saying. Well, stop saying it. Alright, you three, calm down. No need to spill more blood. Please, tell us what happened. What does it matter? We abandoned her, that's what happened. We didn't do that. We sure abandoned the world. Our angel would be disappointed in us. It's not like we had much of a choice. You would say that, wouldn't you? What's that supposed to mean? You always run, of course you wouldn't choose anything else. I run because I have something to get back to, Clay. So did she. Ay, guys. Okay, how about a drink for calming all those nerves? No. Time and place. I'll take one. Need to tell you what happened after all, even though I rather wouldn't. But anything to make that easier. I'm running out of secret though. Don't worry, there's no need for trading today. I don't have anything to wash away the regret. But maybe I can get you something to make the words flow easier. Oh no! Today is a bad day. It went from fine to bad really fast. But it will get better, hopefully. Well, not for Tia, but, you know, maybe she will come back, you never know. Here. Thanks for this little taste of normalcy. So I don't really know what to ask. Did you stop him? No. Oh. Beep. He was faster than us somehow. Melly and Bayer drew us a map to the portal so we could get there quickly, but when we arrived we found a note stapled to a tree. It read, "If you value your lives, go home." He knew you were coming. Apparently, Jade and Tia argued about what to do, but we didn't exactly have a lot of options. Okay, so that's our fault actually, because of the bird. So we went after him, right into the Twilight Chasm. It was... calling it a realm of nightmares seemed like an understatement in retrospect. Wouldn't have made it without Voy. And tears lied. And tears lied. We ran into a necromancer on his way back. Didn't even catch him before he got to... He looked... unharmed. It's ridiculous how easy it must have been for him. In his hands he held an axe shaped like a dragon's talon, pulsating with magical energy. It was smaller than I thought it would be. Magic weapons tend to be size adjustable. Oh, right. Maybe he would have stood his chance if we hadn't walked right into a cluster of nightmare creatures. I thought maybe there'd be a good distraction for him too, but the necromancer called on them for aid in the chasm tongue. Voy said he promised them freedom and endless nightmares. Just like that, they sided with him and we were up against a necromancer, a god's axe, and a horde of monsters. We thought we were well protected. The frost armor, it helped at first, kept the creature's sharp claws at bay, but whenever the necromancer got close to one of us, we'd cast some sort of modified fire spell first thing. Melted our armor and most of our defenses. At least we were fast enough to avoid most of the attacks thrown at us. Guess I was right about the speed. Doesn't feel that good though, without Tia here to hear me, I hear my I told you so. The fire must have been difficult for you, Dave. It was. I managed not to get caught in it. Until we were pushed to the edge of the Twilight Chasm, back to the top portal we had entered from. That's where he was heading to, back towards Gaia. The others had already been pushed out by the nightmare creatures, but I was still in his way. When his fire magic hit me in the chest and I stumbled backwards, falling onto the jagged ground. I froze. I wish I hadn't, but fear took hold of me and I couldn't move. I lay there, charred, bleeding, terrified, and he just looked at me. I thought, this is it. It's over. I'm going to abandon Melly after all. And then, after what felt like an eternity, he just walked away through the portal and left me there, alive. Scrambled after him, of course, after I regained my senses. I don't know why he spared me. Maybe he briefly remembered he has a F-heart. Maybe. Doesn't matter, I guess. When I charged back into the fight, it looked even worse than it had moments ago. Every time a monster went down, he just brought them back up. We couldn't break through, couldn't even get close to him until... Clay cut down 4 of them at once and Tia was quick enough to take advantage of the opening. Suddenly she was face to face with the necromancer, fighting him one-on-one. Right in the middle of the moon pools under Cassiopeia's light. It's true, you know, you can see all of the 7 moons reflected in their clear waters at once. It would have looked beautiful if it hadn't been for all the blood. I tried to get to her and help, but I keep getting swarmed. Tia's blood is gold. Did you know that? No, and I wish I didn't know. Yeah, me too. I spare you all the details. She fell and he struck her again and again until she stayed down. And then... he brought her back, her body that is. Oh. Our Tia wasn't in there anymore. She would never have fought Clay willingly. I was trying to go get to him, but she just wasn't letting me through. And I couldn't hurt her. She's my best friend. We kept trying to fight, kept trying to channel our anger into victory against him, but I couldn't stop thinking about who was going to end up with empty eyes next. When I heard Clay scream after Tia cut through his shoulder, I had to do something. So I yelled out for all of us to run. Boy used his hangign to push back some of the undead creatures, giving us a path to escape, and I tried to pull Clay away from Tia, away from his death. He's much stronger than me, though. So I called out to Jade for help. For the record, I think we were cards for leaving, but Tia would have beaten my ass if I had let Clay die. Well, that was the right decision. We decided to save each other. Tia would have been proud of you. I don't know about that, but at least we're alive. At least you're alive. Well, not for much longer. Jade helped me pull Clay away from the fight and we ran. We run and we run until Voy collapsed, and when he got back up, we made our way back to your tavern. And now we are here. I'm glad you all made it back. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Why did we have to? Why didn't Cassiopeia save us? Save her! The dragons are neutral. The dragons are beep! Oh! Clay! Everyone is, yeah, a little bit emotional. Sure. The real effed up is the madman who killed her. We have to go back. I don't think that's a good idea, but we have to. We have to retrieve her body. He can't have her. Now we can use her to. Now he can use her to navigate the stupid portal, and she would hate that. She would hate being turned into another monster he can use. If we can't get her back, we at least have to bring her here to give her a proper burial. We can't do that, Clay. We don't even know where they are right now. If we had stayed, we might. But we didn't. Thanks to you. Calm down, guys. I mean, we know where they are going, right? But it is what it is, right? You say we can't go back, so we can't change anything. We screwed up. We played right into his hands. All this power and strength and magic, and we didn't change anything. Hold on. I'm sure you did your best. What's the point of doing that if it doesn't save anyone? I can't even feel her anymore. The bracelet, it's just empty. There's just an absence where Tia should be. Oh no. I feel like if we had just done something different. If I hadn't been so stubborn. I don't know if you could have changed anything. Why do you sound so sure of that? I think the necromancer, I think he heard everything. What you planned, I mean. How could that even be possible? Well, after you left the jack door near my window, I think it was a spy, and it heard everything. What? How do you know that? Oh no! How does that even happen? How did you not notice that? I don't know, I'm sorry. All I'm saying is, it's not your fault the plan failed. You outsmarted us, all of us. So there's nothing we could have done. That can't be right. What's the point of all this then? If he knows everything, then we might as well give up. Here's Earth's axe. Here's an army of nightmare creatures and more. And she's gone. The only person who'd know what to do is gone. And we don't have a magic greatsword either. You gotta be kidding me, what? Magic flame was put out by the flood. F. Beep. So we lost? It's over? Not yet. We're still alive. He hasn't won yet either. Even if it feels like he has. We're still here, so we can still fight. We can still stand in his way. Hope will only abandon us if we let it. You're right. Us giving up, that's not what she would have wanted. What she would have wanted was to live, to get a chance to be more than some pointless martyr. I want her back. Clay. No, I don't want to hear anything else from you. You didn't even notice a spying bird in your tavern. Neither did you. Or maybe you did, who knows? You're dishonest with us all the time. Do you even really care about any of this? Of course I care. I care more than you could ever imagine. I wish I could bring her back too, Clay. Well, can you? No. What help are you then? Wow, I'm sorry. Screw this, I'm done hearing excuses, and I'm done pretending we'll make it through this. Clay, please stay. No. Can I have one of those drinks now? Don't wanna go after him? If I was him, I would kill all of us, so no. What kind of drink do you want? I don't know, something fast maybe? Didn't help with the fight, but might help with my stomach. It's worth a shot, I guess. Oh god, everyone is suppressed. Understandably. What to do now? Fable will save us all. I know it. She will come out of nowhere like the hero she is and then boom boom. I mean, I don't know exactly what she'll do, but you know, fast and quick. Just how I like it. What kind of drinks did she like? Defense all the way. Adds up. Is it defense or defense? Defense? I think it's defense. What happened? Huh? Is this normal? There was no feeding endo time. Huh? What's going on? It just ended just like that. Well, we'll see on the next day if I missed something or not. Hopefully I didn't. We'll see. We'll see, and I'll see you also in the next episode. Bye!